Yeah, it'd probably be a good thing, but then that would take all the fun out of it for you guys. So.
You know what?
Then we got to learn.
That's a tone.
Yeah.
And you take it to 0.
And what I really want is that to be on -12, and I want this to be on -12. But you see, if I bring it all the way up, it's still at -16. Remember on the chart that I gave you that -12 on digital was the 0 point? That's why I gave you that chart. So because on digital scales it's different, and you got a chart of all those different ones. Now, if the tone was not at -12, I would go up to 24. This is the input volume for 24. Watch it change. And watch this light come on. That means it's clipping.
Okay.
So I'm going to reduce this down to 12.
So, Billy, so these potentiometers are regulating the input. No, those are regulating the input.
This is regulating the output, exactly.
Input, output.
But they're both potentiometers. This is just a slider, and that's knobs. And again, remember the reason we use sliders is so you can control a whole bunch of different audio sources with your two hands. Up here, this is pretty much what I'm going to be, two probably is all I can control. Yeah. Okay. So the idea is, and I'll have to talk to Richard about why this is not working out exactly, is that I set the tone at 12, and then I set the master at 12, and then I don't touch the master again. I set everything else to 12, and then the master should be okay. And that, when you record, when I'm directing you guys, when I was directing you for the switcher, I'd say ready bars and tone, and then take bars and tone. So the person, the TD would hit cut to transfer bars to program, and the person in here would simply go. And then I'd say lose bars and tone, and the person in here would simply go.
And that's for 30
and
seconds.
you never pot up and down tone. Tone is a technical signal. You never, like you're going to be cool and pot up the tone. You don't do that. It's always on and off at the right level. Audio, the music at the beginning of the show, yeah, you want to pot that up and bring it up slowly and full and then out, but tone is always the same. All right. Basically, we have 10 microphones outside, 10 connectors for microphones. There's 4 behind that stage where I was standing earlier. There's 4 there right behind the green screen next to, here's the stage. There's 4 here behind the green screen. Then in the very back, there's 2 more. So when I plug in a microphone in one of these positions, I will immediately see it register. There must be one out there now because I see something on number 5. You see it? That means there's a microphone out there that's live that's picking up audio.
I just noticed, okay, the number for that. These potentiometers here are called channels?
Channels, yeah.
Okay, so I just noticed that LED was
LCD.
LCD was set up noting these channels.
Right. So even if I don't know which microphone I hook them into, I can come in here and I can see it moving, and I know I can figure out which microphone they're on. So it's not of huge importance that I remember that I plugged in the lady in the red dress into mic number 1. Because when I say have the lady in the red dress speak, I can see their thing. And remember, when you do a sound check, never tap the microphone. It's not good for the microphone. And check 1, check 2. That's okay for roadies who are just trying to see if it works at all. But for getting a real audio check, that people are going to speak louder at that point. I did it the other day. I guess it was in your class. I was singing, and they set the levels at me, and I was speaking normally. But then when I sang louder. Okay, so the CD player plays back on 15 and 16. I just happen to know that. There's nothing to tell you. But if I play the CD player, you'll see it. No disc. Grab a disc for me behind you there. Anything? Okay. I bet it's empty. Hand me one with it. Just give